Hey guys, back in the wife's rig. You know what that means. Up here to see Kevin Hensley to get the trans for the old truck. Woo! I'm excited. Actually, he turned it around in about 4 days. Considering the workload he has ahead of him, I really appreciate that. The goal is to probably get it back in the truck. I don't know, maybe sometime this weekend. Maybe sometime, probably realistically next week. I've got 2 more things to do on the Land Cruiser. Sure, I don't hit anybody. And 2 more things to do on the Land Cruiser, and we're rolling in a new project this week too. So, gonna be busy in the shop, and may not have time to throw the trans back in. So here we go. I'm gonna have him go over a couple of the things that he did inside the trans, a couple of the things he found, and kind of give a reason why we were having the issues we were having. So let's get started. All right, guys. If you saw the last video, you saw the under hood shot there. I figured I'd give you guys a walk around of this race car. Again, 102 millimeter turbo, Holley high ram. I mean, this car makes big power. It's up here. Where's this guy from?
Illinois.
Oh man, down from Illinois. Full cage street car. Wild. And I mean, obviously, can't run a street car without a parachute. All right, guys. So real quick, I'm gonna let Kevin explain a little bit about what we were missing first. The first thing he noticed was we were missing an O-ring on the input shaft, and he was like, "Well, there's part of your problem." That was a big part. Second part was, when he pulled the pump off, we were missing a gasket, or the gasket's in the wrong spot, which we'll show you in just a minute. And then it also had a Transgo HD2 kit in it.
Somebody put an HD2 kit in it.
Which he doesn't like, which I can understand why. And I'll go grab the, Walter's going to grab the plate. Is that what you call it?
Valve body plate, separator plate.
Yeah. And we'll show you why he doesn't like that. Because a lot of times, I mean, there's guys that would have been like me that would have just bought the HD2 kit online, $100, $120, whatever shipped, and then I'd have done the drilling myself, and then we'd have drove it, and it wouldn't have been right, and it would have not shifted consistently, is what he was saying. So if you want to explain a little bit on that.
There's nothing wrong with the HD2 kit. It's a good kit. It addresses a lot of things. I just don't like the plate. And you guys have seen me say this online. I hate this plate. This is ridiculous. I've told Transgo about it. They don't care. So anyway, what happens is, how close can I get?
About right there.
Right there?
Yeah.
This is a triple stack plate. And that's how they do the dual feed process. Well, they have you drill the feeds. When you drill the feeds in this thing, you get shavings in there. And you can't get them shavings back out. Everywhere I circled is where a piece of shaving is stuck in it.
Yeah, and I'll get a picture of it if it doesn't come through the camera. I'll get a picture of it.
Like I said, there's nothing wrong with the Transgo kit. It's a good kit. Fixes a lot of things. I just don't like this plate. You can accomplish the same thing by internally dual feeding it and putting a stock plate in it, and then you have none of these problems.
So, because I mean, obviously, I brought this trans here first for you to do a shift kit, because I didn't think it had one in it. Do a shift kit and figure out, put the front pump in, kind of go over it and figure out what we need to do. I mean, what's the difference in like a 4L80 like this one? Like if I give 120 for this, what would it cost me to typically bring it to you and have you open it up and put a shift kit in? I mean, are you talking another $100, $150?
You can do one in about an hour, so $75.
Wow. So I mean,
yeah,
really could save money if you knew the right trans builder.
Right.
So I mean, that makes sense. Damn.
Yeah,
I'll know that on the next one for sure.
You can't pull the pump out of it and do the springs in it.
Yeah.
But the valve body part you can do in an hour.
Wow. And so we did a couple other things inside too. We did.
I rollarized the output shaft. It's a pretty simple modification, relatively cheap, and I put a rollarized forward hub in it.
Sweet.
Yep.
So I don't know what
I know
that
you said that you want,
but
you told me your power level where you want unit once you get about 500 horsepower. That just seems to be a magic number. They start eating that thrust washer up, and so I always try to put a bearing there.
That's awesome. So we got those upgraded. We did new first gear clutches.
Forward clutches.
Okay.
Yeah, because the cross link in the pump burnt the forward clutches up.
Because it was I mean, it was trying to go,
Yeah,
but
it just couldn't make any line pressure.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So easy fix.
All right, guys. So we talked about the front pump and what was wrong with it. So I'm going to let Kevin kind of give a little insight onto what happened here.
Basically, when Michael called me, he told me what it was doing, and I told him it sounded like it had a cross leak in the pump. I was right. I never expected what I was going to find, but apparently when whoever owned this transmission before put the HD2 kit in it, they pulled the pump out of it, pulled the direct drum, and they actually put the springs in the direct drum. Well, instead of putting the gasket right here against the case, they had the gasket between the two halves. So basically you had all these circuits in here leaking. It burned up the forward clutches. It wasn't a good day for the trans.
No. So we're definitely going to have better luck now. All right, guys. I want to say thanks again to Kevin for knocking that out so quick. Subscribe to the channel to keep up with what's coming, and you can find us over on Instagram at Narcoleptic. Thanks.